Hey guys, it's TMF Style. I'm Jose Zuniga, and for this week's video, we're going to be discussing how to avoid and handle criticism. Now, we all know it, even though we don't want to admit it, nobody likes to be criticized. Even if it's constructive criticism and it's meant to build you up, it still sucks being criticized. And the type of criticism that I'm going to be basically speaking about is style-wise. So in this video, I want to kind of give you tips on how to handle criticism when you're trying to develop your style. Now, in essence, I'm only going to be giving you 2 tips, and these are very simple tips that I personally used when I started developing my style. Keep in mind, I started when I was 16, so it was kind of a rough patch for a 16-year-old trying to dress basically like a classic gentleman. So the first tip that I'm going to actually give you is power through it. This is basically simple and something you need to understand. You're gonna have to power through this criticism because people are gonna judge you no matter what you do. It's almost impossible to please everyone. And this is something that I learned very early on. The thing is that human beings in general are creatures of habit and comfort. So once you do something to basically make them uncomfortable or bring them out of what they're comfortable seeing, they're gonna judge it, they're gonna criticize it, especially if it's something that they want to do or they find appealing. It's sad to say, but jealousy is also a prevalent characteristic in human beings. So you need to understand that you're gonna have to power through this, and it's something you're going to learn the more you do it. I'll give you a very brief example, and it's something that happened to us and some of you guys might have noticed. If you remember, about 6 months ago, my brother decided to try to grow out his beard, see where it would project, and we documented it here on our series. And what basically happened is that a lot of people told him to shave it off. You know, everybody said that he looked dirty, he needed to shave it off, it wasn't a good beard, etc. And that was criticism against his beard. However, one of his tips was to basically power through it no matter what people criticized you about. What basically ended up happening was that I think after about, I don't know, it was about 4 or 5 months of growth and people just being used to seeing him with a beard, it kind of started to grow not only on him, but on the people that were seeing him. And it went from being a bad beard to an acceptable beard that worked for him. Well, long story short, he ended up shaving his beard about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he made a video. And if you read the comments on that video, it's basically the complete opposite of the criticism he received originally. Everybody wants him to grow the beard back, they thought it looked better with the beard, etc. So this is just an example to show you that once you disrupt somebody's comfort zone, what somebody's used to seeing you, they're not gonna like it. And once they start getting used to it and seeing you constantly, it'll sort of grow on them. So you just need to learn to power through it when it comes to your style. Now, my next tip is a little bit more fine-tuned and it requires steps. And it's basically to ease people onto your new style. While powering through it is good, it's probably not going to be a good idea to crash people's perception of you that brutally. For example, if you're used to always wearing basketball shorts and sneakers and you want to all of a sudden go into custom-made suits and handmade shoes, that's going to be a very drastic change. And it's going to be hard that the people around you not criticize you, because most likely than not, the people around you are used to, and not only that, probably dress the same way you do. So once you step out of your usual zone into something like that, you're gonna receive criticism. So my recommendation always is build out a plan. Build out your trajectory. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? And then build steps to get there. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's bring the example of the basketball shorts again. If I'm used to always being seen in basketball shorts and I want the custom-made suit look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gradually work my way towards that. So instead of wearing basketball shorts all the time, I'm gonna start wearing casual shorts. Then maybe more jeans. Then probably chinos, and then finally my ultimate goal, slacks. And the same can be done with everything else. If you're always used to wearing Nike t-shirts on a regular, then drop those, start buying fitted t-shirts. Then move on to polo shirts, then move on to casual dress shirts like J. Crew shirts, then finally move on to dress shirts. And the top coat is a little bit more tricky, but once you're at that position of slacks and dress shirts, the top coat is going to be very easy to pull off. So you can just start easily by learning how to layer. So just use a cardigan to start off, then a pullover like I'm using right now. Get people used to that whole layering aspect. Then probably start throwing on a denim jacket, stuff like that. Get people into the action of layering, and then finally pull out that sport coat. So that's usually the recommendation that I would give to you. Unfortunately, this gradualization is not something that I did, but something that now that I look back into it, if I would have done, it would have made my life a lot easier. The good thing is that my styles weren't that drastically apart. I was always known as the kid that dressed well in school. So instead of just wearing t-shirts, I would always be wearing either a polo shirt or a casual dress shirt. So it wasn't that drastic for me. So that's basically it, guys. Those are the 2 tips that I recommend to you guys when you're trying to avoid criticism and experimenting new styles. Because I know how it can be. You see something, you want to implement it in your wardrobe, but you're afraid that it's out of your comfort zone, that it's something that you're not used to. So I think if you implement these tips, you'll easily and seamlessly transition into your new style. So if you guys liked this video and found it informative, remember to hit up the like up button. Also share this video so we can reach and teach more men. Thank you guys for watching.